Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're here, you're welcome to Sew with Carissa. And if you're also a returning subscriber or viewer, thanks for sticking with me. So in today's video, we'll be making this blouse and skirt for a 5-year-old baby girl. So if something you're interested in, make sure you watch to the end and don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe and leave a comment, and also share to your loved ones. So let's jump right into the video. So to start with our skirt parts, I'm making use of a scuba material. The length of the dress of the skirt is 11 inches and the width is 29 to 30 inches. I said the length is 12.5 inches. As you can see, when I was taking the measurement, I removed 2 inches for the band. So all we're going to do is to cut the band and then we do a casing pleating for the skirt part. And this is for the blouse part. I'm using a sequence material. I already layered my sequence with doll face material. I actually placed my hemming gum on the material and then iron the doll face with the sequence. So for the length of the blouse, the half length is 8 inches and the length of the dress is 12 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance makes it 13 inches. For the back is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches. The armhole is also 4 inches. I'll pick my ruler and then I will join the lines together. So for my bust area, the measurement is 20 inches divided by 4, that is 5 inches plus 1 inch or 1.5 inches. I will just go for my hip. My hip is 23 inches. I will divide that into 4 and I will add my 1 inch sewing allowance and also my waist area. So once I'm done with that, I'm trying to get the accurate measurement. That is what you see me do. That's what you see me doing. Initially on the hip area, I added 1 inch. Then I later changed it to 1.5 sewing allowance. So I will give it a nice cuff at the armhole area, and then from the hip area I will go up by 1.5 inches and then I will cuff it out. For the neckline, I'm doing a 4-corner neckline. The neck width is 2.5 inches and the neck depth is 2.5 inches. So I am trying to draft out my neckline, which is a 4-corner. Then for the shoulder area, I'll go down by 1/2 inch and then I give it a shoulder slope. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to pick up my scissors and then I will trim that out. So once I'm done with that, for the back part, I'm going to place my folded fabric for the front part on another folded. I folded my fabric into 2. Then I will leave 1 inch for the zipper allowance like so. So I'm trying to take out my 1 inch zipper allowance, which I already did. I already placed my blouse on the folded fabric and then I'm going to trim that out as well. So that is for the back part of the blouse. So all you just need to do is just to trim that out and then you open up the zipper allowance, which I already did. So for my neck depth for the back, I'm also trying to get 3.5 inches, but I made a mistake because I forgot that it was folded. There is zipper allowance, so then I corrected myself. For the neck depth is actually for the back is 1 inch, and this was where I got confused because it was not matching with the front part. So I now remember that I already removed 1 inch for the zipper allowance. So I'm going to make correction with that. So as you can see, so always be very careful when you're making this, when you're doing this, so you don't make the same mistake. So which I already corrected myself, and then I'm going to join it to the initial one I drawn out. So once you're done with that, I'm just going to pick up my scissors and then I'm just going to trim that out. Once I'm done cutting the neck parts, I'm going to open up my back, that is my zipper allowance like so. And once you're done with that, this is how it's going to look like. This is the back parts, and then we also have the front parts, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and cut the lining. That is what we're going to do now. We'll just go and cut that. So for the band of the skirt, this is for the band of the skirt. For the front part is also, the length is 2 inches and the width is also 12 inches. So we're just going to cut that out. This is how we're going to fold it in. We're going to use elastic for the back, and then we just fold the front in. We're going to see that when I'm going to show you when I'm doing that. So that is all for the skirt. So we'll take that to the sewing machine and then go ahead and sew it. So this is how you do your casing pleating. This is the first part, the part of the skirt, and I'm going to show you how I actually achieved that casing pleating. So this is a close view of how I was folding it. So you will fold your fabric like this, and then you will fold another one. You make sure you secure that with your sewing machine, and then you can go ahead, and once you're done with that, you can go ahead and fold the second one, kissing the first one you folded. So you can see that is why it's called kissing pleat. And then you take your sewing machine and you continue sewing. So I'm doing it again so you can have a clear understanding of what I'm doing. So you fold it, and then you make sure you fold another one, kissing the one that you initially folded. So that is what I am trying to do. You will fold it just like so, and that is how you achieve your kissing pleating. This is how it's going to look like once I'm done sewing it. Now you can see I am almost done with the second part of the skirt, and then you just trim out the excess thread, and this is what we have here. This is how the kissing pleating is going to look like, exactly like this. So like I said earlier, we're going to be using elastic for the back parts of the skirt. So I am using 8 inches length of elastic for the back part of the dress. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to fix it like so. I will use my sewing machine to secure the elastic to the edge of the skirt like so. Then I'm just going to keep it like this, and then I'll fold it in. You have to be very careful so that you don't sew on your elastic, and then you just carefully place it on your sewing machine, fold that in, and then you have to be very careful, and then you use your sewing machine to just sew it all the way to the end of the skirt part. So once you're done with that, this is how it's going to look like, and then we'll go ahead and join the front and the back together. So we're just going to remove 1 inch for the sewing allowance, and this is how we join the front and the back together, and this is how it's going to look like once you're done joining it together. You just turn it inside out, and then you have your perfect skirt, and this is how it's going to look like. And here we have our skirts, and this is how we're going to take that to the ironing table and iron it. And because I'm not folding the edge of the skirt, I am using these serrated scissors, and I'm just going to use it to trim the tip round to give it this zigzag effect. It's like a design. So that is what I did for the skirt part, the down part of the skirt. So for my blouse part, I've already joined the shoulder of my main fabric and the shoulder of my my lining. So you're going to place it like this, the right side to right side, and then I'm going to sew the round neck and then the armhole area, and this is how it's going to look once I'm done sewing it. Then this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start turning it inside out by putting my hand through the back of the dress like so. Then you're just going to dip your hand, and then you pull out the lining. You will put it inside, and then you can use the fabric, you can use the lining. You just put it inside, and then you drag it out. It can be very tricky, but once you're able to do that, this is how it's going to look like once you are done. And then you can take that to your ironing table and give it a good press. So as you can see, I'm done. I've turned it inside out, and then I'll take it to my ironing table and I'll iron it out. For the shoulder design, I already cut out these 2 nets. You can cut the way you want it, how wide or how long you want it, and then I already ruffled it out. So I'm going to place my tape pull on my shoulder to wherever I want the ruffled 2 nets to be. So as you can see, I'm just taking out 10 inches. That will be 5 inches at the front and 5 inches at the back. So from the shoulder area, I will measure 5 inches to the front, and then I will measure 5 inches to the back. This is what I'm doing, and I'll take it to the sewing machine, and then I'll start sewing on it. This is what you see me doing. I'll carefully place my sewing machine, and then I'll start sewing. Once I get my desired length, I'll cut it off, and then I actually layered like 3 of it, so that is why it's a little bit fluffy like this. So this is how it's going to look like, and then I'm going to take my bust measurements. I'll actually remove, because when I was taking the measurement, I added 1.5 inch for sewing allowance, so I'm just going to remove the 1.5 inch from the sewing allowance, and then I will join it together. Sorry, I forgot to show you my zipper when I was fixing my zip. I'm going to show you in my next video. And this is the outcome of our top and our skirt. Isn't it beautiful? Hope you enjoy watching this video. Please do not forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. You can also drop a comment if you have any question to ask me concerning this video. See you in the next video. Bye.